The licensing statute grants the division and commission authority to determine what topics are covered in the sales agent licensing course. If the division wants to change the current requirements for the topics covered in the sales agent licensing course, they may do so by changing the rules. The division and commission must follow the procedures set forth in the Utah Constitution for administrative rulemaking. Typically, rules may be enacted within 60 to 90 days from the time the process begins. As you can see, this is much quicker than changing the law or statute. Utah Real Estate Commission. The Utah Real Estate Commission was created by the legislature as part of the division. The statute sets forth the requirements for those on the commission as well as the authority and role of the commission. The commission is comprised of 5 individuals. 4 of the 5 must hold active real estate licenses and have at least 5 years' experience in the real estate industry. The 5th member must not hold a real estate license and must be from the general public. The following rules apply to the terms or periods of service of the commissioners. Terms are 4 years in length. Terms are staggered, so approximately half the commissioners are replaced every 2 years. No member may serve more than 1 consecutive term. No 2 members may be from the same county. One of the members of the commission is elected by the other members as the chair of the commission. The commissioners are not paid for services, but receive a per diem per day reimbursement for their expenses associated with their service on the commission. The commissioners meet at least monthly to perform their duties. At least 3 members must be present in order to constitute a quorum. Portions of their meetings are usually open to the public. However, some of their meetings are closed because they are discussing private matters involving individual licensees or applicants for licensure. Duties of the Commission. The statutes set forth specific duties of the Real Estate Commission. The first relates to licensing. The Real Estate Commission is responsible for making rules regarding the licensing of the following: principal brokers, associate brokers, sales agents, real estate companies, branch offices. The Commission is also responsible for rulemaking regarding the curriculum for pre-licensing education as well as continuing education for licensees. Along these same lines, the Commission is charged with making rules regarding real estate schools, instructors, and other course providers. The Commission is also responsible for making rules regarding how real estate agents handle their clients' funds. For example, when a real estate agent accepts earnest money, rules promulgated by the Commission govern how the money should be treated. Rules regarding brokerage office procedures, record keeping, and property management are also promulgated by the Commission. In addition, rules related to undivided, fractionalized long-term estate are left to the Commission. Perhaps one of the most visible roles of the Commission is its role in licensing and disciplining licensees. The Commission conducts hearings for those applying for a license who might have some issue which may potentially prevent the individual from obtaining a license. After the hearing, the Commission votes on whether or not the individual should be granted a license. If the division has investigated a licensee and determined the individual should be disciplined for rule or statute violations, the Commission holds a hearing and makes the decision. We cover the hearing and discipline process in greater detail in another course. Finally, the Commission advises the Director of the Division of Real Estate on such matters as miscellaneous enforcement, administrative, and budget-related issues. In general, the Commission and the Division work together in regulating the real estate and property management industries. What is a realtor? Many real estate agents are members of a professional organization called the National Association of Realtors. However, one may be a real estate agent without being a member of the NAR. If a real estate agent is a member of the NAR, they may refer to themselves as a realtor. The NAR has chapters or division on the state and local level. In Utah, the Utah Association of Realtors, UAR, is the state organization. Many local chapters exist, such as the Salt Lake Board of Realtors or the Washington County Board of Realtors. Please note, there is no connection between the NAR, the UAR, or any of the local boards and the Division of Real Estate. The realtor organizations are professional organizations with no governmental connection. Membership is optional for real estate licensees. Who needs a license? Now that we've discussed who regulates the real estate industry in Utah, let's discuss who is actually regulated. The statutes affecting the real estate industry in Utah define who needs a license and therefore who is under the jurisdiction of the real estate division.